Ever want to create a semantic model that delivers easy-to-understand subject areas for data analysts? Now you can with Oracle Analytics Semantic Modeler. Begin by confirming the system connection to your data source. From the home page, click Navigator and select Data. Open the Connections page. In this video, you use an Oracle Database relational data source to build a semantic model. Right-click Oracle DB and select Inspect. Only data sources with the system connection setting selected are available for semantic models. So far, so good. Close the dialog box. Begin creating the semantic model. From the Data page, click Create and then Semantic Model. In Create Semantic Model in Name, enter Sample Sales and then click Create. In Create Semantic Model Options, click Start with an empty model. Name the physical layer. For My Database, click the General tab. Replace the data model name with My Sample Sales DB. Click Save. Keep going by adding physical tables to the semantic model. Click the Tables tab. In the Connections pane, verify that the Oracle DB connection is displayed. It is, because remember, the connection was already set up for you. Under Oracle DB, expand Schemas, and then BI Sample. In the Connections pane, search for tables that begin with SAMP_, and press Enter. Use the Control key to select the following tables: SAMP Addresses D, SAMP Customers D, SAMP Products D, SAMP Revenue F, and SAMP Time Day D, and drag them to the My Sample Sales DB Tables tab to add them to the semantic model. The schema is created with 5 tables. Next, create the physical table aliases so you can reuse the physical source tables in other semantic models. A physical alias table is a reference to a physical table and reflects the columns in a physical table. You can't add or remove columns in a physical alias table. Oracle recommends you use a prefix for physical alias table names to indicate the table type, such as F for fact and D for dimension, and that you use a number along with the F or D when you rename original physical table names. For example, use D1 time for the SAMP Time Day D table and D3 Customers for the SAMP Customers D table. Create the D1 time alias. In the Tables pane, right-click SAMP Time Day D and select Create Physical Table Alias. In the Create Physical Table Alias dialog, enter the name D1 time. Click OK. For the sake of time, we created the additional physical table aliases for you. Continue by joining the alias tables to express the relationships between the tables and the physical layer. In the Tables pane, use the Control key to select D1 time, D2 Products, D3 Customers, D4 Addresses, and F1 Revenue. Right-click a table and select Show Physical Diagram, and then Selected Tables Only. Drag the F1 Revenue table to the center of the diagram. Begin creating joins by dragging the F1 Revenue table to D1 time. Set the F1 Revenue to D1 time join conditions. In the Add Physical Join dialog in Join Conditions, click List under the left table F1 Revenue and select the Bill Day Date column. Under the right table D1 Time, click List and select the Calendar Date column. Click Add and then Save. Drag the F1 Revenue table to D2 Products to join them. Set the F1 Revenue to D2 Products join conditions. In Join Conditions under the left table F1 Revenue, click List and select the Prod Key column. Under the right table D2 Products, click List and select the Prod Key column as well. Click Add and then Save. Drag F1 Revenue to D3 Customers to join them. Set the F1 Revenue to D3 Customers join conditions. In Join Conditions, click List under the left table F1 Revenue and select the Cust Key column. Under the right table D3 Customers, click List and select the Cust Key column. Click Add and then Save. Finally, drag D3 Customers to D4 Addresses to join them. Set the D3 Customers to D4 Addresses join conditions. In Join Conditions under the left table D3 Customers, click List and select the Address Key column. Under the right table for D4 Addresses, click List and select the Address Key column. Click Add and then save. Close the physical diagram and review the joins you just created. In the physical layer, open the F1 revenue table. Review the joins and preview the data in the columns. So far, so good. Close the F1 revenue and My Sample Sales DB tabs. Continue building the semantic model by creating the logical layer. You do this by using the table aliases and joins from the physical layer that you just created. But before you do this, set Rename Preferences to help you to rename objects quickly and easily in the logical layer. Click Page menu and select Preferences. Select Rename Actions and then select the Change Underscore to a Space option. Select Automatically Rename Objects when added to Logical Layer. Click Apply. Click Logical Layer and then select Create Business Model. In Create Business Model, enter Sample Sales BM and then click OK. Semantic Modeler opens an empty business model. Open the physical layer pane again. Remember, we didn't specify join types in the physical layer yet. Join types are defined in the logical joins. We can use the same physical joins in the logical layer with different join types if we need to. Expand My Sample Sales DB and then BI Sample. Use the Control key to select all the dimensions and drag them to the Business Model Dimensions section. Drag the fact table from the physical layer to the Business Model Logical Tables Facts section. Now you have 4 logical dimension tables, 1 logical fact table, and the logical joins are automatically created. Double-click F1 Revenue to review the logical fact table. The columns are automatically renamed based on the rename preferences you already set. Finish setting up the logical layer by making some final modifications, including removing columns and setting aggregation rules to create measures. On the F1 Revenue Logical Fact Table Columns tab, use the Shift and down arrow keys to select all the columns except Units and Revenue. Click Delete and confirm the action. Assign the Revenue column to Sum Aggregation and the Units column to Simple Aggregation to create simple measures. For Revenue under Aggregation, double-click None and use the drop-down menu and select Sum to create a simple measure. Click Units. Under Aggregation, double-click None and use the drop-down menu to select Count to create a simple measure. Click Save. Close the F1 Revenue and Sample Sales BM tabs. Keep going by modifying the presentation layer that uses the tables you just configured in the logical layer. Open the presentation layer by clicking Presentation Layer. So why do you need the presentation layer? The presentation layer provides the tables, relationships, and hierarchies using the terms understood by your business users, and enables you to organize the data elements in a subject area. You can create role-based subject areas by assigning permissions to each presentation object, and you can also create nested folders to organize presentation columns. In the presentation layer, click Add and select Create Subject Area. Name it as Sample Sales and click OK. On the Presentation Layer Tables tab, click Add and select Add Tables. In Select Logical Table, click all the tables to select them and click Select. All logical tables are added to the presentation layer. Continue by renaming table names to be more user-friendly. In the Sample Sales Subject Area Tables tab, double-click D2 Products. Click the General tab. In Name, replace D2 Products with Products to make the name more user-friendly. Click Save. For the sake of time, we rename the rest of the tables for you. The table names now reflect the business terms your users are familiar with. You want the Customers table to be at the top of the Subject Area table list. In the Sample Sales Subject Area Tables tab, click Customers to select it and drag it to the top of the list. Move Addresses under Customers. Click Save. Continue by removing unnecessary columns from the presentation tables and selecting relevant columns from logical tables to use in the presentation tables. In the Sample Sales Subject Area Tables tab, double-click the timetable to open it. The timetable contains a lot of columns your users won't need. Let's clean this up. Use the Shift and down arrow keys to select all columns and click Delete. Confirm the deletion. Click Logical Layer. In the logical layer, expand the Sample Sales BM and D1 time nodes. Use the Control key to select the columns users will need, including calendar date, per name half, per name month, per name quarter, per name week, and per name year, and drag them to the Time Columns tab. Click Save. Close the Time tab. Double-click the Customers table to open it in the Sample Sales subject area. The Customers table contains a lot of information the users won't need. Let's fix this. Use the Shift and down arrow keys to select all the columns and click Delete. Confirm the deletion. In the logical layer, expand the D3 Customers node. Use the Control key to select the Cust key and name columns that the users will need, and drag them to the Customer Columns tab. Click Save. Close the Customers tab. Finally, finish modifying the presentation layer tables to make it even easier for your business users to work with them. Click the Products table in the Sample Sales subject area. Use the Control key to select the Attribute 1 and Attribute 2 columns, and click Delete as your users won't need those. Confirm the deletion. Double-click Prod Desk. Change the product description column name to Product. Your users won't need the Prod key column, so delete that too. Double-click LOB to change the column name to Line of Business. Click Save. Drag and drop these columns to resort the product table columns so that brand is on top. Click Save. Close the Products tab. Run the consistency checker to be sure the semantic model is ready to go. Click Check Consistency. Congratulations, Oracle Analytics didn't find any errors in the sample sales semantic model. Close the Global tab. Begin deploying the model. In the semantic model, click Page menu and select Deploy. Click Deploy. The deployment may take a few minutes. The deployment was successful. Click Back. Validate the model by creating a workbook. On the Semantic Models page, click Create and then Workbook. In Add Data, click Select Data and then Subject Areas, and double-click Sample Sales. In the Data pane, expand Time, Base Facts, and Products. Use the Control key to select columns including Per Name Year from Time, Type from Products, and Revenue from Base Facts. Right-click a column and select Pick Visualization, and then click Table. Click Save. In Save Workbook, enter Validate SM and Name, and then click Save. Your team can now use the semantic model to analyze data in Oracle Analytics. In this video, I showed you how to use Semantic Modeler to create a semantic model and deliver easy-to-understand subject areas for your data analysts. Check us out at docs.oracle.com. Thanks for watching.